Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now we're covering ATP, Shanghai, the Masters. Made it to the second round, so get into the comments. Let me see what you're playing. If you like to play what I'm playing, keep your eyes peeled for the pin comment. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a long way. Thank you for those that do. I appreciate you guys every video. If you do want to get my plays as soon as I upload, just get the pin comment, go to it, and get the fuck up out of here. You can subscribe with notifications on. That's the fastest way to get my picks. And if you're feeling generous for any wins that you are getting, there's a link in the pin comment if you'd like to donate, as well as a link to my free Discord if you'd like to just hop in there, talk some shit, talk tennis, share some clicks. Yeah, it's a great place. We're building a big community. Please join in. I would love to have you. All right, and with that being said, what are we looking like for today? What are we looking like? What are we looking like? What did we take? We took Jensen Brooksby money line, cashed that. We took Scary Terry in the game spread, minus 3.5. It got voided, and he quit 4-4 in the first set. I hope he gets better, because I'm looking forward to seeing some more Scary Terry this season. So, and then we have, as our last leg, Lerner TN to get a set against Miomir Kecmanovic. Fingers crossed. Hope he can get it done for us. And the certified smoke is going to be TN's money line later today. So it's going to be the last match of the first round, but I did that so we can just get right into the second round today. So let's do that. Without further ado, fingers crossed as well. And I think I have a play for Ben Shelton as the future. So it's plus 2,500. He's back. Let's see if we can get the win. Anyway, the first match is Zizou Bergs going against Casper Ruud. And this is going to be their first head-to-head. They've yet to play each other. But Casper Ruud has been playing quite well. His very last match, he took a set off of Carlos Alcaraz. So, it is what it is. But then we have Zizou Bergs, who's yet to play Sebastian Korda up until now, and he beat him in straight sets. So, I don't know what that really means. I think he snapped into some type of form in Tokyo because he played a decently good match against Carlos. 6-4, 6-3 is like that's as good as you're going to really get it for playing Carlos. That's almost as close as Taylor Fritz, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. You almost have the same score against Carlos as Taylor Fritz. And then we have Casper Ruud, one of the only few people that were able to take a set off of Alcaraz last week. Now we have him, let's see. He went against Vukic, Berrettini, and Mochizuki. And now he's going against Bergs for the first time. He's 12-8, Casper Ruud. Going against an 18-15, Bergs. So, 7 more losses for Bergs. As far as rank goes, too, they're about what? Ruud is ranked 12. Bergs is 44, so like what, 34 ranks apart? 32 ranks apart, I'm sorry. Yeah. Won't stay on that too long. But I do think that Casper Ruud might get it done here. I would probably play Zizou for a set, if anything, but I still haven't been convinced by Zizou, so I'm going to move on from this one. If you do want to know the rates real quick, Zizou Bergs is better on the hard court, statistically speaking. The win rate is like 0.4 or 0.5 over Casper Ruud on the hard courts. Yeah. So, with that being said, let's move on. Our next match is going to be Andrei Rublev going against Yoshihito Nishioka. And we know who this is, right? These guys have a very interesting head-to-head history. It's 3-2 Rublev, but Rublev has won on the clay and the indoor hard. Actually, he's beaten him on all three surfaces: indoor, hard, clay, and the hard. But the 3 times they did play on hard courts, he only won once. Yoshihito beat him in DC 3 years ago in straights in the semifinal. And then Rublev beat him, and this is all back in 2022 and beyond, so it's been some time. I would really think that we get Rublev winning this match. I know people don't like to bet on him. I love him. These are the type of matches that I like taking him for because I just understand, or at least I would like to think I understand. So shit. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, with that being said, I do like Rublev winning. I do like Rublev taking it. If I can find him on the sports books, this is what runs it up my time. He's minus 430. Not worth it. Play him on DraftKings, if anything, but yeah, that's not really worth it. That kind of blows. If you wanted to take like over a certain amount of games, you could. I think it goes over 21.5. It's always been a straight set between the two of them. Last time they played in 2023, Rublev won in straight 6-4, 6-3, 19 games. So I don't know. If you think Yoshihito's able to push him a bit, he hasn't dropped a set since being in Shanghai. So through qualies and Shevchenko, he has been playing pretty decently well. 6-1, 6-2 in his first round match against Shevchenko. So and then we have Rublev, who lost to Flavio Cobolli in the first round. So I think that given how well he's playing, you should take Nishioka for a set. I do think you should do that. This may be the first time it goes to a 3-setter. It's been some time, but I wouldn't bet on that either, just because it hasn't happened, and they're 5 head-to-heads. So I do think that it's possible this time around, though. I'll leave it at that, and we'll move on. Our next match is going to be, I think this is Francisco Cerundolo. It is. Playing against Adrian Mannarino. And as we know, Cerundolo is ranked 21 going against Mannarino, who's ranked 60. He also has a brother named Juan Manuel, who's a lefty, which is the same as Mannarino. So if there is someone that does have some good practice and some good history against lefties, this is one of the guys. Cerundolo is great. You wouldn't really think so because his last match was against Lerner Tien, a lefty that we love, and he lost in 3 sets. So this one is a bit funky, right? Because Mannarino is a bit older. The movement that we get from Cerundolo, and this is going to be their first head-to-head. So until you have played against Mannarino and kind of like know what this is, you don't know what really to expect. Excuse me. You really don't know what to expect. And literally, as I could imagine, it is minus 122 for Cerundolo and minus 102 for Mannarino. So it's even money for both of these guys to win. This is going to be an iffy one. I don't even know if I would go for over total games. I don't know if I would go for like spreads here. I don't know. I mean, you would think Cerundolo can get a set, right? That's what you would hope. So that's what I would kind of lean on. I would think that the lefty of Mannarino is only but so much he can do. He did beat Berrettini in straight sets, though. So, like, maybe you take Mannarino for a set. You can go either way with it, right? You can take Mannarino for a set because Tien was the guy that took a set off of him and beat him last time. Or you can take Cerundolo for a set because he did take a set from a lefty when he did lose. Up to you. Up to you. I wouldn't play either of these guys because this is a coin flip to me. The paceless play of Mannarino going against like the slight baseline grinding from Cerundolo. It's kind of a trap people run into with Mannarino all the time. So I would lean a little bit more on Mannarino to get the set just because Cerundolo hasn't played against this yet. Okay. All right. And our next match is going to be Wait a minute. Hold on. We have Cilic going against Novak Djokovic. That's switched. That's going to be crazy. Right? We got the two oldest guys in the ATP right now. Level 37. Age 37, Cilic going against age 38, Djokovic. You already know what's going on here. Straight set win for Djokovic. He's not fucking around with the fuck around. He's almost minus 300 to win in straights. They've played each other. Are you ready for this? It has been 3 years since they played each other, but they have a head-to-head history of 22 matches. They've played 22 times. 21. There was one walkover. But yes, as you could imagine, the two wins, crazy enough, was Queen's Club or the Aegon Championships. I don't know what that is. In London in 2018. That was the last time he beat him, 7 years ago, in a three-setter. Then he beat him in Paris in 2016. 2 years before that. That was the next time they played. 2016 and 2018. And they haven't played since 2022. So, straight sets for Djokovic. Like, that's obvious. He decided to come back and play here, so I trust him. I trust him. We haven't seen him since the U.S. Open. I don't think that matters very much. Cilic is able to get past Basavilashvili so far, so that's about it. He couldn't get past Yannick Sinner, obviously. Nasesh Basavilashvili, Corentin Moutet, or Ruud, or Bublik, or Flavio Cobolli. So I don't think Djokovic is any different in that situation. I say he wins in straights, and I say we keep moving on from there. If you really want to know the stats of how Djokovic is, I'll give them to you because that's what people come here for, I feel like. But Cilic is 3-5 on the hard court. Novak Djokovic is 17-6 with an 85% win rate, going against a 62% win rate on Cilic. So 23-16 for Cilic this season, 31-10 for Djokovic. Djokovic is obviously going to win. Now next we have Taylor Fritz going against Fabian Marozsan. And boy, oh boy, do I think this is going to be a good one. They played last year in the Australian Open, and Marozsan was able to take a set. 4 sets in the AO, but it went to Taylor Fritz. But if you ask me, I feel like this guy can cover a spread. And Marozsan he played a decent match against Stan Wawrinka. Dropped a set to him, but what are you going to do with Stan Wawrinka? Right. What are you really going to do? Then we have Taylor Fritz, who we took and we thought that we could get at least, a 5-game hold in a set, in the final. Doesn't matter who it's against. If I say Alcaraz, it shouldn't matter. If I say center, it shouldn't matter. You should be able to hold 5 games in a set at your level. Like, honestly, bro, we gonna have to start like with the way Alcaraz and center play. They are the top 10, and everybody else outside of that is like that's what rank you are. If you're number 4 in the world, you're number 15 or number 13. It just, yeah, no, I don't know, man. Taylor Fritz has been like literally disappointing me whenever I look at him. So I love the guy. He's the American number 1. I want to like him more to bet on him, but he's just not good for me, man. He's just not good for me. He is bad for my business. He's 30-11 this season, which is crazy because how can I not catch this guy properly with a 30-11 record? I'm just probably trash. He's 49-18. He's a win away from being 50-18 this season. He is going against Marozsan, who is 13-11. So they have the same amount of losses. He has 17 more wins. That's really all you need to know. That's really all you need to know. But I do think that you can probably get a decent amount of games in their first head-to-head or the second head-to-head. Nabbing a set might be a little bit out of the question, but is it? Honestly, is it? It's even money to do so. I would lean on it, but I'm not going to touch this match at all. I'm so sorry. But our next match we're going to go hop into, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to this one. We have Jaume Munar going against Flavio Cobolli. Cobolli, we have him back in the Masters. Do we get the good Cobolli this time? He had to go through a tough draw. Rublev and Tien. Tien got him in, though. Did him in 2L. Munar lost to Berrettini back in Tokyo, but came to Shanghai and beat Fucsovic. Something that I didn't really. I told you it's too. You could see it coming. Don't be surprised if it happens. And I wasn't surprised when it happened. I was like, damn, he did it. Not surprised though. I took Fucsovic 2 days ago and it didn't go well because of this. So anyway, Cobolli way better on a hard court when he's playing in form. If you ask me, Fucsovic is kind of like an ATP 250 level player, but Munar is someone who's been getting his bearings on the hard court. So definitely want to like give some insight and look at him a little bit closer. He's having just as good as the season that he did in 2022 on the hard. He's 1 win away from having that record. His best season on the hard court was back in 2017. He went 15-5, but that was most likely at like an ITF challenger level, which it was. So to see him break out of it now has been honestly really nice to see. Really nice to watch. I would love to think that he can grind out at least some. We saw hella mistakes from Cobolli against Tien. So the refocus is going to be needed for him. Both of these guys are predominantly clay players, right? But I like the idea that the scrappiness of Munar could get a little bit, maybe keep it a bit close. A bit close. Not intensely close, but I think he can keep it a bit close. And the spread is at not worth it. Cobolli is priced at -122. Munar is at his underdog price at +100. Maybe take Munar for a set. I'm going to watch this match, though. I'm not going to be betting on this one. I'm going to be looking forward to that one. All right, our next match we have is going to be big foe, Frances Tiafoe, going against Yannick Hanfman. And this is going to be their second head-to-head. They played last year in Stuttgart, where it was quite close. Hanfman ended up losing 7-5, 7-6, pushing Tiafoe to 14 games. And he had 11 himself. I think we all know with a bit of confidence that Tiafoe is just looking a little bit lost out here. I don't know what's going on with our brother. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he is not in the position to be bet on right now. He is the favorite at minus 225. Something that you could have been doing since the U.S. Open after his first round is bet on the other person he's playing against to get a set, and you would win every time. So I would take Hanfman for a set here. He was damn close to doing it last year. So looking at how Tiafoe is, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's dropped a set in his first rounds pretty much every time recently. If it's not a major, then he wins in straights. But coming into the tournaments, he'd be dropping a set. So I would take Hanfman for a set here. Like I said, they played once before. That's it. But Tiafoe is 13-12 this season. Hanfman is 11-8. So honestly, if you wanted to go for the money line there, I wouldn't be mad at you. Tiafoe has dropped his percentage. He's down to a 58% win rate on the hard courts. He's going 26-22 this season. Hanfman is 35-23 with a clay challenger title from a month ago, right before the U.S. Open, and made it to the semifinals in Jingshan, which is a hardcourt challenger, and now he's here playing just as well. So, yeah, I like him for a set. If you want to go for some smoke, take him for the money line. Thank me later. And, yeah. We're about halfway through here, so let's keep it going, keep pushing. Our next match is going to be Sebastian Baez going against Holger Rune. And man, oh man, I was looking at them highlights for Sebastian Baez last night. I like how this guy plays on the hard court. He's just gritty as fuck, and he keep that arm back, bro. For that forehand, he be waiting to smoke that jump. I fuck with it. But they haven't played each other on an outdoor hard court yet. It's 3-3 between them, mostly on the clay. Only one match on the indoor hard court where Holger Rune ended up taking that. But it goes Rune, Baez, Rune, Baez, Baez, Rune. Since 2021. They played earlier this year in Barcelona. It went to a 3-setter. So Baez was actually able to take a set off of him. Last two times they played each other, Baez was able to take a set off of them. But that was on clay. Now, both of these guys are clay players, but Rune is someone that definitely plays a lot better on the hard court. He's probably going to be an absurd favorite, but maybe, just maybe, and I say maybe, so don't quote me for going insane or for saying some crazy shit, but I do think that he could maybe cover a spread. Maybe a plus 5.5. It's minus 195. I don't know. I was just impressed with the win he had over Zhang. He dropped a set, yeah, but he's not a hardcourt player. He has played 85 matches on the hardcourt his entire career. Over the past 10 years, he's played 85 matches on the hardcourt. He don't give a shit about hardcourt. He's 24 years old, ranked 42, going against Holger Rune, who is ranked 11. Lost to Jensen Brooksby in the quarterfinals back in Tokyo in straights, but beat Ethan Quinn and Ahmad Medjedovic. Those are people that I would assume could beat Baez as well. So spread could get covered, but I don't love it. Rune should obviously be the one that takes it. He's priced at what? Minus 650. So if you think that Baez could get a set, maybe, because he's been able to do so, you can go for the 2-1 Rune at plus 290. It's almost plus 300. If you want to take that, that's like the riskiest thing that you can go for here, but I think that's the one to take if you want to be risky. Yeah, that wraps it up for me for there. But our next match is going to be one of our boys, Alexander Bublik, going against Valentin Vacherot. And this is going to be their first head-to-head, but this guy's from Monaco. And this Monaco dude, he beat Laszlo Djede in the first round, right? We talked about that. He beat him in straights, and I told you that the guy was probably going to beat him. And here he is going against Bublik. He's dropped a set to Bossa Varetti and Liam Draxel, but beat Laszlo Djede in sets. I'm not going to touch Bublik this match because we saw what we got from him in Beijing. This is a Masters now, so obviously he should give a fuck. He should give a fuck. He's minus 350 to win. Him winning in straights is still minus money, which is crazy, but it's a parlay piece if you were one of those people that put together like really risky parlays. I wouldn't put together a straight bet parlay. If it was going to be more than just 2 legs, I wouldn't do that. But if you want to take someone to win in straights or someone to win in some way, and then take Bublik 2-0, I understand. I wouldn't do it, but I understand. Now, Vacherot is someone that, in his last match, didn't have that great of a serve. He had about 4 aces, 2 double faults. But he's 19 and he's 12 and 9 on the hard court this season. Bublik is 12 and 10. So he's playing incrementally better. His win rate on the hard court is 71%. He had a 20 and 4 season last year. Challenger level, but still. This year, challenger level, still. But came to Shanghai and looks like he's ready to do something. But we'll see how Bublik comes here, because losing to Mannarino the way he lost to Mannarino was just insane. Just insane. But we do have a Bublik who has gotten probably the best season of his career. He made it to the quarterfinals in the French Open against Jannik Sinner. And then pretty much from there, he's had probably the best season of his career. Like, without a doubt, honestly. Gustad on the clay, Kitzbühel on the clay, 4th round in the U.S. Open, wins Hangzhou. So a hard court and 2 clay court titles, and a grass title this year. He has a title on every surface. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. He has a title on every surface. He has Halle, Kitzbühel, Gustad, and Hangzhou. That's crazy. Surely we don't get him out the first round this time again. He's done it twice this year, against Mannarino and Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard, and in the Grand Slam he did it against Munar. So I'm not going to think about it too hard, honestly. We'll see what Bublik does for us, and then after this match, then we can start fucking with him. That much we know. That's our learning lesson from the past, right? So we'll move on. All right, and our next match is going to be Luca Nardi going against Giovanni and Mpetshi Perricard. This is going to be their first head-to-head. Gio has been able to take some sets from people, so excuse me. If you were looking to do that, maybe that's the play. I'm just going to stay far away from this match, honestly. I don't bet on Gio. He's pretty much just like an arm that serves right now. Tie break. If you wanted to go for anything, go for a tie break. Gio is 10 and 12 this season on the hard. Luca's 14 and 12. Win rates are around the same, 56, 58%. Not that great. Fine, honestly, but too close to call it. Luca's ranked what? It's 88. Gio's ranked 37, which is so crazy that that's his rank, but he does not like win that much. He's got a negative record this season. But anyway, I would like to think that Gio gets this done here, but I can't depend on him. He didn't play too well in Shanghai last year, right? He lost to Stan Wawrinka in 2 tie breaks. So this is the furthest he's gotten. But this is literally because he's just in the draw high up. So Luca Nardi, more than likely to get a set. More than likely capable of beating him as well. But I will not touch that match. All right, next we have Ugo Humbert going against Jordan Thompson. And Ugo has been, bit of a stinker too, huh? Outside of the Coleman Wong win, he's basically on a 5-match losing streak since Eastbourne. Jeez. Since the grass season. But we have Jordan Thompson, who beat August Holmgren in a 3-setter. Has been on quite of a stinker too. Lost to Tabilo, who ended up taking the Chengdu title. And then Nakashima in Tokyo in the first round. He's been having some rough first rounds, but he's here in Shanghai and he's here now. But their head-to-head history is 1-1. They played each other twice last year, and Thompson lost most recently in Paris in the indoor hard court tournament, which I think was a Masters. And Jordan Thompson won in 3 sets in Cincinnati in the Masters. So maybe these guys can get a tie. They've had a tiebreak every time they play each other. That is the one thing I noticed. Their final set is always a tiebreak. Maybe you can get them for a tiebreak if you would like to take that. I don't specifically know why that ends up being the way they get. I don't know how they get there every time, but Jordan Thompson is a bit scrappy, so maybe that's how it gets there. But Ugo is 7-8 this season. Last season he was 18-10. He's got a 63% win rate going against Thompson, who's 7-9 with a 60% win rate. So Ugo should be beating him. He should be. I don't know for sure. Ugo has not been in the form that is quite trustworthy, to say the least. So Jordan Thompson, I don't trust him either. So I would just leave this match alone. Ugo is the favorite. If you want to take him for a set, it's minus 400. Do as you must with that information. But I'm going to move on. And next we have Daniel Altmaier going against Jannik Sinner. Do we have to go into this? Do we have to talk about this? It's pretty obvious, right? We're going to get Sinner in straights. It's 1-1 between them, which is crazy. They played 2 years ago on the clay. He beat him in a 5-setter in the French Open. In the second round, Daniel Altmaier. God, yeah, whenever they play, it's long. They've only played twice, and it's been in Grand Slams, and they've been 5-setters. The fuck? I don't know if that's happening now. That was 2 years ago. I don't know if you're getting a set off this guy now. With how you're playing right now, I don't know if you're getting a set off Jannik. But man, what's it worth? Minus 500. For what, dude? For what? If you wanted to take the over total games at 19.5, maybe. It's been too long, though. And Altmaier isn't blowing people out the water that hard to be doing, to be holding for 4 games in each set, I'll say. I would alt this up and go for the under if they let you. Or just go under 12.5 games for Jannik, but honestly, he has not been doing what we need him to do, so I'm going to probably leave him alone for this first match, see how Altmaier got him looking, and move on. But I know I played the Ben outright. That's like the long shot I have. But if you wanted to, obviously get these obvious money, take the Yannick outright money line for Shanghai. There's no Carlos, so I don't know who's going to be able to beat him with that being the case. Maybe Bublik. Who knows? But I don't think so. It's a Masters. It's a bunch of people playing, so we will see. We will see. Obviously, my pick is center for this match. You can play him on DraftKings. That's probably the best way to get a price for him because, yeah. And then next we have Matteo Bellucci going against Thomas Machac. Matteo Bellucci versus Thomas Machac. And this is going to be their second head-to-head. They played in the Cassis Challenger back in 2023 and a final where Bellucci beat him 6-3, 6-4. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. The lefty from Italy does it. To Machac. How? Machac is the favorite at minus 210. That's crazy. I would take Bellucci to win a set. just off of that. Bellucci beat Adam Walton in straights. Machac lost to Shima Bukaru in straights. So whatever form he's in is just not. It's not the Machac we know, man. It's not the Machac we know. He is not looking good right now. So I would go for Bellucci. If you want to take his money line, Bellucci is plus 170. All right. I'm just saying, if you put this guy and Hanfman together for a two-man, that'd be some serious cash. 10-12 this season for Bellucci on the hard court, and 14-9 for Machac still. The Czechia boy is still out here getting wins, even though it don't seem like it. He's got a 66% win rate on the hard court. That's 0.5 more than Bellucci, who has a 65.9% win rate on the hard court. Ever so slightly, these numbers do matter. And I still think Bellucci's good for a set. History against lefties. Let's see how Thomas Machac plays against lefties. Lost to Mannarino in Cincinnati. Someone he couldn't beat. He has a bad record against him, I think. Lost to Cam Norrie. He retired. Beat Leonard Tien. Whatever. That was in Rome. On the clay. Beat Leonard Tien again in Acapulco. God damn. That was the Thomas Machac that we needed to have now. That was a different Thomas Machac. We don't have that guy anymore. We do not have that guy anymore. All right. Yeah. Decently well against the lefties except for... decently bad against them except for Leonard Tien. Lost to Denis Shapovalov and Dallas as well. So, I like Bellucci for a set. I really do. And last but not least, we've waited so long to see him, but now he's back. Our boy, Big Benzo Shelton, going against David Goffin, the number 6 in the world, going against the number 83. And could you believe me if I told you that they played earlier this year? Remember Acapulco? Goffin beat Shelton in straights. And I'm not going to lie to you, the Goffin that we're seeing right now is scary. I try to tell you guys, bro. I be listening. I listen. Tiafoe said David Goffin is a freak in a podcast interview. I'm like, why would this guy just go out on a limb and say something like that? I've seen this guy play. He's not that good. He is that good, though. He just hasn't been playing well. That's what that means. He's 9-14, going against a 23-8 Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton has 20 more wins over his losses. He's 38-18 this season. David Goffin is 13-21, with 8 more losses than wins this season across all surfaces, and 5 more losses over wins on the hard court. Got to go for Ben here, but what's he priced at? -330. We'll have to find a way. We know that he's here to play. Goffin is decently good against lefties since he's been able to beat Ben, right? But he lost to Juan Manuel Cerundolo on the clay, but beat Ben Shelton. Man, what? What? Lost to Mutet on the clay as well, but beat Ben Shelton on the hard court. I just don't understand that. That is absolutely crazy. Had to have been a bad day for him. Goffin also beat Ugo Humbert and Basel last year. In Switzerland, that's coming up soon. But last year in Shanghai, bro, he made it to the quarterfinals. So, like, I don't know. He beat Zverev last year, too. David Goffin. I don't know. I'm taking the Ben money line. Right? Are you taking... I would be so surprised if anyone takes Goffin in this match, but he is playing well, and he has done well in Shanghai in the past, so this might be a place he likes to play. Ben Shelton, was he here last year? He came to Shanghai, lost in the 4th round of the Yonex Center. Year before that, made it to the quarterfinals, lost to Sebastian Korda, but won Tokyo. Gangster. Went to the semifinals and the U.S. Open that year, too. He was 19 at the time. Yeah, I like Ben Shelton to win, but I'm a bit iffy with the way Goffin kind of has... I know it sounds crazy that I'm, like, worried about David Goffin, but he's someone to worry about, bro. I'm trying to tell you guys. He's not just you bet against him and you win every time. It don't work like that with this guy. It don't work like that with this guy. So, let me know what you guys are playing. I got to go to work today, so I'm not going to be able to post later. So, my birthday is coming up as well, too. So, I'm still figuring out what I'm doing for my birthday. But, anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I love you all. But, actually, no. I'm not going to sign off just yet. Let me know what you guys are playing. Let me know what you guys are playing. I'm a little bit hesitant to take Mannarino, but at the same time, we got to take some rest somewhere. We did manage to get some good wins today, so I'm going to put together some more close, well-crafted plays and see how we're looking. I don't think you should be touching Bublik today. That's just my 2 cents. Do what you want, obviously, but I don't think it's wise to touch him today. Ben Shelton, a bit iffy. He's coming off injury, so be careful about that as well. And don't forget, futures you can take Yonex Center to win the whole thing, but if you want to be like me and be a little risky, you can take Ben Shelton to do it. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Take care. Peace.